Okay, so recording has been started now. So myself Vishnu, I'll be your AWS trainer here. I currently work in Amazon as a cloud architect, and in part-time I give trainings. Now talking about Amazon Web Services, let's have a small understanding about what is AWS all about. Okay, there you go. See, you know who is Amazon, right? So AWS expands to Amazon Web Services. Okay. Now, Amazon is a company name. Now, Amazon has lot of business to do with. Like Amazon is having Amazon Prime for movies and entertainment. Then we have Amazon Alexa. Then we have Amazon Kindle. Then Amazon.com. In similar order, Amazon Web Services is one of the business offering by Amazon. Now, as the name says, Amazon Web Services, which means Amazon is providing some or lot of services, or technically we call it as instances through a web page. So when I say instances or services, it can be a software application or even it can be a hardware which you are accessing over online or through a web page. And this web page is termed as your Amazon console. Okay, so let's talk about the Solution Architect Associate course 03. Obviously, this is the subject code SAA-C03. Before this, we got SAA-C02 and 01 also. They are like versions we are having. So, okay. So in this training, we'll be covering 25 to 30 AWS instances, and it is going to be a starting from scratch program, but we are expecting you to have a basic IT knowledge like IP addressing and MAC addressing and all. Now, talking about AWS courses, there are a lot of different courses offered by Amazon Web Services, starting with foundational one, which is a very basic one. Mostly, this course is for those who are into marketing and sales. Like imagine you go to a car showroom. A person who is selling the car, he will be aware of some technical things about car, right? But he don't know exactly how it works. Like that it is. So this course is not for engineering people, not required. So we are starting with the first course called Solution Architect Associate. This exact logo which you will be getting on your resume once you pass your examination. Then பாத்தீங்கன்னா we are having operations இருக்கு, developers இருக்கு. Then we got professional. Professionalல வந்து we got AWS certified solution architect professional. Then we got AWS certified DevOps engineer professional. DevOps nothing but developer plus, sorry, இந்த பக்கம் இருக்கா, developer plus operations is called DevOps. After that, we got specialty. We can go with networking, big data, security, Alexa, and machine learning. So total பாத்தீங்கன்னா AWS provides 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 courses overall. But if you're going for a streamlined study means you will study this, you study this, and any one of this. So you have to study only 1, 2, 3 courses out of 11. So about me, I work as a NDE, Network Development Engineer, and also IT consultant for AWS at developer side and sysops side in Amazon. I actually manage the infra of buildings from where you get the shipments. So நீங்க parts எல்லாம் வாங்கியிருக்கீங்க Amazonல அப்படின்னா on the parcel they'll be writing MA4, MAA4. Like that you'll see some codes. So these are termed as your our data centers or the shipping area from where I actually work. So it's been like 5 years now. I've been working in AWS or Amazon. Before that, I was working in Cisco. Now, first of all, what is cloud? Let's talk about cloud. See, cloud is not idu. Okay, wow. It is not the cloud. Wrong. Cloud is something. See, whenever you access a physical device over network is termed as cloud. Now, simply imagine that I am giving you my laptop, remote desktop to you, and you are sitting in Trichy or Bangalore or somewhere. So, which means for you, for your point of view, you are using my laptop in cloud. But for me, sitting here is a physical device. Okay, wow. So cloud is not something virtual. For your point of view, it is virtual, but for someone's point of view, it is actually a physical device. A lot of people ask me a simple question, or they think it's a hard question to ask. They ask, will cloud replace networking? Or will cloud replace the job? Basically, cloud will not replace anything because cloud is nothing but a physical hardware device. Instead of keeping in your premises, we are keeping it in Amazon's premises. அவ்வளவுதான் சிம்பிள். அதை அவங்க மெயின்டைன் பண்ணுவாங்க. அதை அவங்க தான் யூஸ் பண்ண போறாங்க. நம்ம அவங்க மெயின்டைன் பண்ணி they will keep do everything. நம்ம just யூஸ் பண்ணி தான் பண்ண போறோம். Now what is data centers? See, all those physical devices will be kept intact in these kind of buildings. ஓகேவா? ஸோ இந்த மாதிரி பில்டிங் இருக்கும். இந்த மாதிரி பில்டிங்ல they will keep everything. I'm just repeating same in Tamil, so you're not missing anything. Now it is the overall view of Amazon's console page. Here you can see the Amazon's logo. Here you can see the services button. There are more than 110 plus services offered by Amazon, and it is keep on increasing. Then we got Cloud Shell. இது வந்து represents my region. I'll talk about region and other things now. It is my Amazon order account name or username. So what is AWS? See, AWS is a cloud provider. They provide you with servers and services that you can use it on demand and scale easily. On demand and scale easily na, whenever you want it, we can use it, and also we can increase the size of the instances. Simpler solopona, imagine that you are working on a college fourth year project and you want a MacBook laptop, or maybe you want a MacBook Pro laptop for 2 weeks. அப்போ அந்த 2 வாரத்துக்காக we will not go and buy a MacBook Pro laptop, right? Because it costs around 2 lakh rupees. Why I have to waste my money? So in that case, I can rent my laptop using AWS for 2 weeks, and you will pay only for 2 weeks. There is no setup cost, there is no maintenance cost, nothing. You have to pay only for that 2 weeks. We are using the MacBook Pro laptop, and AWS is getting powers a lot of big websites like Netflix, Amazon.com. So there are a lot of websites which are being powered by Amazon itself. Now, these are things you'll be learning in AWS, guys. Okay. I want you guys to take a pen and paper and write down all these points. EC2, ECR, ECS, Elastic Beanstalk, AWS Lambda, auto scaling, IAM, AWS KMS, S3, SES, RDS, Aurora, DynamoDB, Elastic Cache, Elastic Cache, SQS, SNS, AWS Step Function, AWS CloudWatch, CloudFormation, CloudTrail, API Gateway, Elastic Load Balancing, CloudFront, Kinesis or Kinesis, Route 53. நான் ஏதை சொன்னேன்னா அப்பதான் அந்த வேர்டு நமக்கு புரியும் சில டைம், because these words are new. So I want you guys to take a paper and pen and write down these names. I'll give you full form, not now, after some time, because we don't need to buy hard full form, because by the time you start learning these topics, it will come automatically. Okay. And stare at these logos for at least 10 seconds each. Starena just இதை உத்து மட்டும் பாருங்க. ஏன்னா அப்பதான் உங்களுக்கு நிக்கும் மனசுல. சரியா? Okay, so I hope I'm clear with these points now. Let's go with the next topic. See how I teach. On daily basis, I'll be teaching you theory, lab, and real-time scenario. And in case any troubleshooting involved, we'll be having a troubleshooting class also. And weekly once, we'll be having a mock interview, which happens on every Monday. So be prepared for that mock interview. Talking about AWS, so AWS is kind of using the AWS console portal is like managing a spaghetti bowl, or you can think of Maggi noodles. So first time when I'm using it, it will be hard. Okay. But as soon as you practice a daily basis, it will become more easier for you guys to work on that. So learning tip for this actually is that you have to study regularly on daily basis, do lots of labs and repeat the labs at least 3 times in the interval of day 3, day 7 and day 20. Also read the informations given in AWS console portal, which is very, very important. During the course of training, I will tell you. So நானே உங்களுக்கு சொல்லுவேன் இதெல்லாம் படிக்கணும்னு சொல்லி அதை மறக்காம படிங்க. Okay. So about the cloud history. Now AWS was launched internally in Amazon in the year of 2002. அதுக்கப்புறம் 2003ல வந்து Amazonோட infrastructure was one of the core strength of the idea and idea to market, which means whatever they are internally used, அதுக்கப்புறம் they launched to outside world also. 2004ல the first publicly launched instance is called SQS, nothing but simple queue service. 2006ல they have relaunched publicly SQS, S3 and EC2. 2007 officially in the entire Europe, the AWS was launched. After that, step by step, almost big tycoon companies started using AWS. And this is the one of the positive point about AWS compared to any other cloud services. AWS வந்து டாப் கம்பெனிஸ் எல்லாருமே யூஸ் பண்றாங்க. ஸோ கம்பேர் டு எனி அதர் கிளவுட் ப்ரொவைடர் ஏடபிள்யூஎஸ்ல வந்து மார்க்கெட்ல வேல்யூ ரொம்ப அதிகம். We can skip this. Skip. Now talking about the big doubt what everyone has. Tell me, in this class, how many of you guys had doubt what to study? Whether to study AWS or GCP or Azure? யாருக்கெல்லாம் இந்த question இருந்துச்சோ type in chat yes or you can type no. Those who had the question what to study AWS or GCP or Azure, type in chat yes or type in chat no if not. I got an answer from Anjan Murthy, Guru. So what? Everyone had the same doubt over it. Okay, so that we got good number of people. A lot of people had the doubt, it seems. Fine. See, basically, that's the main reason why I have this slide ready for you guys. Now, you can study anything. Now, studying AWS makes you the person who is studying the cloud, which is actually in demand, and also AWS, GCP, and Azure. These three are almost same only. In simple terms, I can tell it is equivalent to using a OnePlus mobile phone, OnePlus or Samsung or MI phone. Like that it is. If you carefully see, whatever instances offered by AWS is also offered by GCP and Azure, but just the names are different. You can see here. Only the names are different. For example, in our AWS, if you are studying CloudFront topic, CloudFront topic is termed as Cloud CDN or Azure Content Delivery Network, CDN. So Elastic Cache நீங்க படிப்பீங்க. இதே GCPல அந்த வேர்டை வந்து Cloud Memory Store போட்டிருக்காங்க. இதுல வந்து Azure Cache for Redis போட்டிருக்காங்க. So just the names are new, but almost everything is same. You'll see that 90% is same. So studying AWS also gives you clarity on GCP as well as Azure. Okay. So ஒன்னு படிச்சாலே போதும் மத்த ரெண்டு தானா வந்துரும் பிரியா. Okay. So let's talk about AWS region, availability zone and AWS edge locations. இத பத்தி பாப்போம். One of the three major term which you have to understand. First of all, what is region? See, நான் சொன்ன மாதிரி தான் AWS has launched their data centers in multiple cities in the entire world. Now, region defines the city name. The region defines the city name where they have launched the data center. Clear? Even in India, we have in Mumbai and Hyderabad. Region in English also, region means what? The area, right? அதே மாதிரி தான் இங்கேயும் தான் AWS region means the area where Amazon has deployed the data centers. Yeah, that's called region. So AWS has a region all around the world and they named like US East 1, US West 3. இந்த மாதிரி தான் வந்து அதுக்கு நேம் கொடுப்பாங்க. Now most AWS services are region scoped. Region scoped என்ன அர்த்தம்னா when I'm taking a service, right? One service may work in one region and may not work in another region. So AWS means, so this one region la வந்து work ஆகும், other region la வந்து work ஆகாமலும் போகலாம். So these services are region scoped. Now, officially, Amazon is having 33 launched regions and around 105 availability zone and 600 plus point of presence. So as I told you, we have Hyderabad and Mumbai also, two regions in India. So in simple terms again, AWS regions is a specific geographical area where AWS has multiple physical data centers, which means a region for example, let's take Mumbai region. When I say Mumbai region, AWS will not keep only one data center. They'll keep minimum 3 data centers in 3 different locations of Mumbai. Why? So what if some disaster happens in one location? Other two are there, right? Just to make sure one repair on a coda or issue on a coda, we can still run our services with other two. Am I clear? Why we have at least 3 data centers? These data centers are technically termed as availability zone. Availability zone. AZ, in short we call it as AZ. So Mumbai is the region name. In one region, AWS will have minimum 3 availability zone. Maximum 6 or 7 it can go up to. Availability zones are the actual data centers, physical data centers. Region defines the area name. So that's what availability zone means. Each region has many availability zone. So minimum 3 ruko, or usually 3 and maximum up to 6 we can have. And availability zone represent we use something like this. See, my region name is AP Southeast 2. Okay. AP Southeast 2 is the region name defining Sydney region. You don't need to remember guys, these names and all. Okay. In Sydney, a region is there and the region's technical name is AP Southeast 2. Now, data centers are named as 2A, 2B and 2C. Now, each availability zone is one or more discrete data centers with redundant power, networking, and connectivity. These are nothing but data centers. Now, first, where is it? Where is it? Like these data centers. For example, if region is Chennai, they will open data centers, one in Tambaram, one in Adayar, one in Ambattur, like a triangle. Imagine Bangalore, they'll open data centers. Imagine Bangalore is a region. So they will open one in Electronic City, one is in Kiarpuram, one is in Majestic, like a triangle. So that even one AZ or one availability zone fails, others can be used. Okay. Now they are separated from each other so that they are isolated from disasters. And they are connected with a high bandwidth, ultra low latency network, which means these data centers are interconnected using a very high speed link. Actually, it's a very big high speed links. Now, understood the region and availability zone. The last point is AWS point of presence. Before talking about this, I'll give you a small story. Okay. See, imagine that you live in a small town. Imagine that you live in a very small town. It is your town and it's your house. The nearest supermarket is around 100 kilometers away and the supermarket name is AWS. So whenever you want something, you have to travel 100 kilometers and come back 100 kilometers. And it is not easy, right? 100 kilometers really போயிட்டு வருது ஒரு சின்ன பொருள் வாங்கறதுக்காக. So AWS, the supermarket name or the brand name, the owner sees that lot of users are coming from this XYZ town to use or to buy things. அப்ப என்ன பண்றானா, he will try to open a small shop in their village itself. But this small shop will not consist of all the goods. இந்த ஸ்மால் ஷாப்ல எல்லா பொருளுமே இருக்காது. எதெல்லாம் அத்தியாவசிய பொருளோ அந்த பொருள் மட்டும் தான் இருக்கும். Whatever things which are required on daily basis important things like paste, brush, milk packet, newspaper. Only those things he will keep it here. Now in the world of AWS, this area is called point of presence. It is called POP, point of presence or edge locations. In edge locations, you cannot use all services. Those services which are important or AWS feels that my users will use them, only those services are available in point of presence. And AWS has more than 600 plus point of presence. Okay. Now, am I clear with the three main informations about AWS, about region, about availability zone, and about another zone and point of presence? If it is clear, kindly ping in chat yes. If not, ask me question. You can also unmute and talk question or ask question, sorry. Any questions? You have to unmute and
Hello.
talk only. Yes.
Yeah, Vishnu, this is Bikash. Vishnu, today I joined the new classes and I just want to understand one thing. In order to practice the AWS module, do we need to create an account? Because it is needed. So, will you help with creating the account in AWS, or I have to do it with my own with the help of any YouTube videos?
Okay. So Bikash question is whether we have to create console portal or not for this class. The answer is yes. And today we'll be doing it. So make sure you guys keep your debit or credit card ready for creating AWS account. I'll be helping you out. We'll start the creation of AWS console account by 8:30 today.
And one more question, I'm not aware about it. How much charge it will be taken?
It won't charge you anything as of now.
Okay, for debit card, right?
Yeah, yeah. Debit or credit it will be. It won't charge
Okay,
you anything.
okay. Thanks.
Welcome. And it is mandatory to join this class using your laptop only. You should not join the class using mobile phone. Okay. So let's start with the first section that's called IAM. Identity Access Management. One of the very simplest instance offered by Amazon and very much useful also. What is IAM? IAM expands to Identity Access Management. I'll give you the slides. Okay. Imagine that you buy a laptop or computer and you are living in 2005. As of now, in our home, everyone has their own laptop. But in 2005, when we used to have only one computer, right? We had a keyboard and mouse. So what we used to do, normally in 2005, when you buy a computer, by default, in that computer, I'm going to open a admin account. Yeah, we have admin account. So when my friends or my brother or anyone who want to use my computer, what I will do, I'll create a guest account for them. Maybe with brother's name, my friend's name. I'll open couple of guest accounts for them, and so that they can come and use it. See, in similar way, in Amazon console portal, there are two logins. One is called root login. Root na nothing but equal to admin login in computer. And one more login called IAM login. Nothing but guest login. I am another. It's a guest login. So root login is actually the admin login. Guest login na IAM login. So first we'll learn how to create IAM login and we'll brief about IAM first of all. See, once again, IAM expands to Identity and Access Management and it is a global service. Global service means it is not specific to a region and all. Globally, we can enable IAM. Root account is created by default and we should not be using it or even sharing it. Even if you are going to share your Amazon console portal to your friends or someone, you should not share your root account because root account is having your debit card information, and also it is very important to keep safe of your root account. What you'll be sharing is that IAM account. Now imagine that I am having a company. In my company, I have Alice, Bob, and Charles, and they are working as a developer. So what I will do, I'll create IAM username as Alice, Bob, and Charles, and I'll group them as developers. Now the group பண்ணிருவேன். Okay va? So in company la we have Alice, Bob, Charles. I'll create 3 IAM account and I'll group them as developers. இப்போ developers, why we are grouping? Because see, the group name is developers. This developer group name will have certain rules and regulations burnt in by default. I can burnt in. These are all termed as policies. There are policies which will be burnt inside developer group. So when I am calling Alice, Bob, Charles inside developer group, indirectly those policies will be applied to my users also. In similar way, I'm having David, Edward, and they are part of operations. So I have a group called operations, which has policies which I burnt it already. So when I'm calling David, Edward inside the group of operations, indirectly the policies which are there in operations group will be burned to applicable to David and Edward also. So, and also I can have Fred, who is not part of any group too. So it is not mandatory that whenever you create IAM user, you have to make them part of one group, not necessary. Also, imagine I want Charles from developer group, David from operations group to work together on an audit for 1 week. So I can even group people who are in different groups to a single group called audit team. Okay. Let's talk about the IAM permission. It is not required as of now. So I'm skipping this slide, but after doing the lab, I'll come back and explain it. Okay. Now, IAM policies inheritance. So I told you when I'm calling Alice, Bob, Charles inside developer group, developer has policies and these policies indirectா வந்து இங்க அப்ளை ஆயிரும். அதே மாதிரி ஆடிட் டீமுக்கும் பாலிசிஸ் இருக்கு. அந்த பாலிசிஸ் எல்லாமே இங்க அப்ளை ஆயிரும். ஈவன் ஆப்பரேஷன்ஸுக்கு பாலிசி இருக்கு. அது எல்லாமே இங்க அப்ளை ஆயிரும். I can, instead of having this group, I can directly burn policy also. இப்போ temporary I want to burn one policy means I can directly call a policy to Fred directly. I no need to have a group. Imagine Fred is going to work only for 2 days. In that case, instead of creating group and everything, direct away I'll just put some policy on top of him. So when I'm calling a policy directly on my user, not through group, it is called inline policy. It is called inline policy. Again, this JSON code we will learn after doing the lab part. Let's talk about IAM password policy. And one more very important thing, okay? Listen to me very carefully. AWS, any instance you're studying, right? Any instance you're studying or any topic of AWS studying, initially you will understand. It goes like this. For example, 0 minutes and 10 minutes. I'm giving you a study tip, okay? Initially you'll understand everything. Now whatever I told you guys, you understood, right? But if I keep on teaching theory, you'll become clumsy. You won't understand anything. If I keep on do theory, at last it will become problem. This is how it will happen if I teach first complete theory, then lab. So what I normally do, I teach theory for some time. Then I'll go with the lab. Then again theory. By doing this, it makes you stabilize or gives you a very good clarity on what you are learning. So instead of going to these topics now, let's directly jump into Amazon console portal and do a practice lab now. So before starting, as of now, everyone clear got the concept of what is IAM and why do we need it? Anyone has any doubt in IAM? Please ask me now. Polls are shared. Please respond to polls, everyone. One person hasn't polled yet. Okay, fine. So let's go with the lab now. I just stopped sharing. Let me open to my Amazon console portal. Then I'll start sharing again. So to go to AWS console portal, type here AWS console portal simply in Google and search for the first tab AWS management console. Here you can click on sign in to log in to your account. Click on sign in to the console. I have a root account, so I'm logging as a root user. I told you we have two user account, right? Here you can see root user and IAM user. So I'm a root user. I click on this and I type AWS, my account ID, next, followed by my password. So I have enabled two-factor authentication or MFA key. So if I click on sign in, it's going to ask me the authenticator password or the key. Let me get my key. That's it. So my MFA key plus my password, then it logs into me. Now it is the overview of your Amazon console portal. So now, once again, I'll tell you or repeat. Here you can see the, I'll open my Epic Pen. Here you can see the Amazon's web service logo, all services button, console button, alarm or trigger button, region name, my account number, account name. I can click on region. You can see I'm in Virginia region. It has one. So you can think about 1A, 1B, 1C and all. So we have in US East, Ohio, California, Oregon, Mumbai, Osaka. There are certain regions which I can't access also. Here it includes Hyderabad location. Here you can see Hyderabad location, which I don't have access as of now. So now, as I told you, I want to create an IAM account. To create IAM account, click on search button and type IAM. Here you can see, you can bookmark this by simply clicking on the star button. I click on IAM now, first of all. Now, on left-hand side panel, there are a lot of options. Let's understand one by one. See, you don't need to go through each and every points in associate level. You can ignore some of these points also. So what we'll go through is user groups, users, roles, policies. Now, I want to create a user. So create a user, I click on users. Let me remove the old user I have, delete, copy and paste and delete. I hope I do have groups also. I'm going to remove my groups. Please wait online. I remove my groups also. Delete. So now my page is fresh. I'm going to create users now. So you will see something like this only. Now to create users, on the right hand side, click on create user. Username is going to be admin, A caps. It says provide user access to the AWS management console. It's obvious that I'm creating this username and password to give you Amazon console login. So I put check mark on this. Now we got two options. One is called specify user in identity center recommended. It says I want to create an IAM user. Let's create manually. Click on that. And it is asking me console password. It's telling me, hey, why don't you enter a console password? By default, it is going to create automatically, but I don't want that. I'll click on custom password and I want to use a simple password, admin @ 123. It says EADMIN @ 123. It says user must create new password at next sign in. See, sometimes when log into a web page, if somebody giving you a login ID and password, once you log in, the web page will ask you to create a new password, right? Same option is here, but I don't want you guys to create new password. So I put uncheck. Click on next. Now set permission. On left hand side, you can see the steps. We got user information, set permission, review and create, and retrieve password. Set permissions la. Here is what I'm going to create a group. See, we can give permissions to a group, a user in three different ways. Three options are okay. Either I can create a group and I can call the group inside my this user, or if I have an existing member, I can copy permission from him also. I can even attach policies directly on top of my users. என்கிட்ட policy இருந்துச்சுன்னா டைரக்டாவே பண் பண்ணிக்கலாம் group இல்லாமலே. But I'm going to practice using a group. As of now, you can see I don't have any group. It says create a group and select a policy. Let's click on create group. I'm creating a group called admin now. And there are 917 policies. See, you don't need to understand or go through all these policies because as you get a job or once you start working, you understand the what policies you're going to use later on. So so I'm going to use a username, a group name as admin. I'll search a policy called admin. which will give you admin access to do a lot of things, or I can simply search for IAM, which will give you IAM access, where you can create users by yourself. I'm practice பண்ண போறோம். So I'm going to give IAM access, create users. Now here you can see a user group 1 got created. I can simply put a check mark to enable that. It says 1/1 now. Okay, now click on next. As of now, I have 0 users. Click on next. That's all. We're going to review and create now. Scroll down, create users. That's it. Now I got a login ID, username, as well as password. Here is the password. Now I'm going to send this information to you as of now in the Amazon, in the chat box. I want you guys to log in and create an IAM user with your name. உங்க பேர்ல ஒரு IAM user நீங்க create பண்ணுங்க. Just click on that link and log in using this given credentials. Am I clear? If it is clear, kindly ping in, please type in chat done. Santosh?
Share பண்ணிட்டேன் sir.
Yeah, and show me what you have done.
எனக்கு இந்த
சந்தோஷ் குமார் கேவா?
ஆமா
நீங்க உங்க லாகின் பண்ணீங்களா? ரூட் அக்கவுண்ட் லாகின் பண்ணீங்களா?
புரியல சார்.
இது உங்க லாகின் அது?
ஆமா சார்.
Okay. Left hand side, click on users. Right hand side, on window number 3, click on create users. Okay, va?
Okay sir.
Fine. Next, Aditya, do you have any question?
Next sir.
Yes, நீங்க okay, Santosh, you have to type your username.
Vishnu actually add one. I logged in a bit late.
1 minute, let me finish Santosh
Yes,
doubt. Yeah, I'll come to that.
இது டிக் பண்ணிடுமா சார்?
சந்தோஷ், நீங்க கிளாஸ் கவனிக்கலையா?
கவனிச்சேன் சார், பட் எனக்கு அந்த ஒரு இதுலயே எனக்கு சம் எரர் மாதிரி காமிச்சது. அதை நான் ட்ரை பண்ணிட்டு இருந்தேன்.
அதை கிளிக் பண்ணணும் நீங்க.
நெக்ஸ்டா சார்?
Not next. You have to click on the checkbox.
Okay.
Now enable I want to create an IAM user. Then click on custom password. இதுல ஒரு பாஸ்வேர்ட் போட்டுக்கங்க. And then uncheck the box that says users must create new password. அதை uncheck பண்றேங்க.
சார்?
And the box uncheck பண்றேங்க that says user must create new password. Now click on next.
Okay.
Now you don't have a group, so click on create group. Group name, you can keep anything. அது உங்க இஷ்டம் தான். கீழே பர்மிஷன்ஸ்ல வந்து search for admin. You can click on the first checkbox. Yes, அது மட்டும் போதும். Click on create user group. Now select the user group. Group name கீழே சாண்டின்னு போட்டிருக்கீங்களா, அதை டிக் போட்டுக்கோங்க. போட்டதுக்கு அப்புறம் click on next. Now you can click on create user. That's all. Now you can log in to your account using this console sign in URL வச்சு login பண்ணலாம் நீங்க. You can open incognito window. ஒரு private window open பண்ணிக்கங்க, or you can open some other browser also. இதுல ஒர்க் ஆகாது, you have to open new browser. இதில் லாகின் பண்ணா again and again உங்களுக்கு தான் வரும். Am I clear?
ஓகே சார்.
Thank you. Next, Aditya, what was your question?
Actually, I had some internet issues. I logged in a bit late. Will there be a recording for this session?
Yes, this class is being recorded and you'll be getting recording also. Yes.
Yeah, sure. Okay, then no problem. Because I
Thank you.
logged in a bit late, so I couldn't get what you said.
Have you got the call?
I got a call, but I was outside. I didn't have a laptop. I logged in from laptop, but that was a bit late now.
Okay, that's fine. Recordings will be shared to you.
Yeah, sure. No problem.
So I hope everyone has done the lab. Everyone has created their account. Now, those who don't have a root account, for them, I'm going to teach how to create root account. Make sure you have your debit or credit card with you with international transaction enabled. Okay. To create root account, it's very simple. You have to go to type AWS console portal in Google. Go to the first option and click on create an AWS account. That's it. You can click on your root user email and account name. Then it can be normal only. So I can click on verify email and it's a normal process on creating an AWS account. So is it clear how from where you have to start creating AWS account? Anybody want to create now? Tell me. I'll wait for
Yeah, Vishnu, can I share my screen? Please help me to create the account.
Vikas Kumar. Yes, Vikas Kumar. Please share your screen.
Just a moment. Yes.
Thank you.
So, is my screen visible?
Yes.
Okay. Should I click on this?
Yes. Now you are in incognito mode. Go to the
Okay,
normal
yes.
mode.
Actually, I'm using my company laptop. So I don't have a personal laptop. That's why I'm using this incognito mode. Will that be all right?
That's fine. Okay then. Then
Yeah.
click on create an AWS account on the bottom. Below the, and also one more thing, guys. I want to tell you something. Wait, because
Yes.
1 minute. See, in while browsing AWS console portal, there are a lot of times I'll be telling you guys, look into left hand side down window or click on that button, this button. So for simplicity, we'll be using the graph area view, which I use. Or for example, this is a screen, right? You know this keypad, na? The Nokia phone keypad. Number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5, number 6, number 7, number 8, number 9. So we'll divide your screen of laptop into these numbers. Now, if I tell you, look into third block, we'll say first block, second block, third block, fourth, 5, 6, 7, 8 block, 9 block. There are 9 blocks we have divided now. If I tell you, check into the third block corner, which means third block corner. If I tell, check into nearby fifth block to see verify email address button. If I tell, look into that privacy policy in 8th block. Is it understandable what I mean? Yes.
Yeah, somewhat, yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
please guide me. Huh?
Yes.
Now you can share your screen because I'll tell you.
Okay. Is my screen visible now?
Not yet.
Wait. Sharing the screen.
Sorry, Vishnu, is doing from starting?
Yes.
Okay.
Is it now
Now,
visible?
yes. Now you can type your email ID, your personal email ID.
Okay. Sure. Should I go with that?
Yes.
Just a moment, huh? I'm just finding my verification code. Yes, got it.
Now click on verify. This password should be very much hard. Don't use
Okay.
simple password like your name, underscore your phone number, last numbers and all.
Hmm. Okay.
Keep it harder.
Where should I click? Personal?
Personal.
Yeah.
Yes, personal.
Thank you. Should we contact
Charges
you?
are all same only.
Okay.
There's
Name
no
will be
different
my
charge.
name, right? This payment method cannot be verified. Check your information. Try again.
So in that case, you have to enable international transactions on your card.
No, I don't have international one.
No, you have to enable the international transaction on your
Okay.
debit card. Post which you
Okay.
will be able to use that.
Okay, fine.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Fine. So others, I hope I'm clear how to create AWS account, right? Let me go with the topics. Now, let's continue with the IAM now. Okay, that's all about IAM. We'll continue these MFAs and all in the next section when I'm talking about other topics. Let's go with the next topic called EC2. EC2 is the next instance which you're going to study. EC2 expands to Elastic Compute Cloud. Now, what is EC2? It's basically like purchasing or renting a virtual computer by Amazon or from Amazon, I should say. So in simple statement, renting a virtual computer from Amazon is called EC2, Elastic Compute Cloud. Now, as we know in computers, we have a lot of things in it. Like if I take my CPU, I'm having CPU memory, I'm having hard disk or SSD, I'm having RAM, I'm having motherboard, I'm having network interface card. Even a computer should have IP address. So these are the or some more extra tuning points. So ஒரு கம்ப்யூட்டர் வாங்குறீங்க அமேசான்ல இருந்துன்னா இது எல்லா பாயிண்ட்ஸுமே உங்கள்ட்ட கேட்கும். So you can build your own virtual PC using EC2 instance. Before we start, I will show you how to control your billing on AWS console, fixing the budget. See, a lot of students I have seen when they learn Amazon, AWS by themselves or from YouTube or anywhere, they miss doing this billing. Because of which, if you launch an instance and if you leave it as it is, your card will be charged on a regular basis. So last time we had an incident of one person who joined our AWS training after getting charged of more than 65,000 rupees because he has launched one instance and he have not stopped it. So in AWS, you have to be very careful about the billing point of it. So I'll teach you today itself how to create or billing budget so that we can control the amount that should go out of my card. And also for every instance in my class, I will teach you clearly how to delete your instances. See, IAM is free. It won't cost you anything. So you can keep your IAM with you, no problem. But any instance that's going to cost you, I will teach you how to delete them clearly. And you have to make sure after launching the instance, you should delete it at any cost. Let's understand how do I fix my budget in Amazon console. To fix in the budget, you have to click on the username button on the top right corner or third window. Click on this, click on. So click on billing and cost management. On the left hand side panel, you can click on budgets. Now here you have to click on create budget. Budget setup, I'll click on simplify and you can click on zero spend budget, which means create a budget that notifies once you're exceed $0.01, or you can even click on monthly budget and you can specify the value. So as of now, I'll go with zero spend budget. After the name as students, even you can type your email where you want to get email if your card is charged or account charge is more than $0.01 and click on create budget. Let's give a name. Vishnu at the rate. Sorry. Vishnu AWS trainer. That's it. Click on create budget. That's it. It's very easy to get email or allocate the budget easily. So as you can see, my card has been charged with more than how much? So I can see last month cost was around $14 and current month it is around $24. So $14 approximately is like 700 rupees, 1,000 rupees every month I get charged because while teaching AWS, I have to start a lot of instances which are payable or chargeable. Now let's go with the EC2 instance. The what is Amazon's EC2? EC2 is one of the most popular AWS offerings offered by Amazon, and EC2 expands to Elastic Compute Cloud, and also we can call it as IaaS services, infrastructure as a service. It mainly consists of the capability of renting a virtual machine, EC2. We can also have something called Elastic Block Storage or Elastic Block Store, nothing but your virtual hard disk. Then ELB, Elastic Load Balancers, nothing but to load balance your traffic across multiple EC2 instances. We'll also learn about auto scaling groups. As of now, I'll teach you this only. EBS, ELB, ASG, these terms will come in future. Okay, next class la paapom. Ipo idha pathila kandukadinga. As of now, we just remember the full form if possible, or else no need to remember full form also. Once again, I'm telling EBS expands to Elastic Block Store, Elastic Load Balancer, Auto Scaling Group. Now, it's very simple, guys. See, as you know, when you buy a computer, you decide on what platform you have to buy. இது லைனக்ஸா இருக்குமா விண்டோஸா மேக் ஓஎஸ்ன்னு சொல்லிட்டு முடிவு பண்ணணும். After that, you'll think about how much CPU, nothing but how much core computer you want. Is it i5, i7, what, or i9? Then you decide how much RAM you want. Then how much storage you want. Storage here in Amazon, we use EBS or EFS. EBS Elastic Block Store, EFS Elastic File System. Your storage will not be directly attached. For example, I'm having an EC2 machine in Amazon. என்னோட hard disk வந்து என் machine கூட இருக்காது. My hard disk will not be with my machine. My hard disk will be running somewhere else and it will be attached using a cable, or I can say over the network. Then you decide about the network speed. Obviously, we have a computer means you need to have internet service, right? Network speed also they decide. Then firewall rule. Security groups will study. This firewall rule decides what traffic can come inside and what traffic can go outside my EC2 machine. We'll do that now in lab. Then talks about the bootstrap script. Now, what is bootstrap script? Can someone tell me? Okay. Now, normally, when I have a computer, right, at the computer, when you are opening for the first time or when you shut down your computer and open, by default, you will see some applications like antivirus software or some application will open automatically, right? Like upgrading and all, it happens automatically when you launch it for first time. So when you're logging to a computer for the first time, they are able to open. How? Because Bootstrap script says that. Now, Bootstrap script are the script which we can write on our EC2 instance or our computer, where we can tell that you should run only from the on the first launch. Once again, if you're rebooting means it will run. So Bootstrap will run only for the first time, and that's all. So that script is only run once at the instance first start of the machine, then it will never run again until unless you reboot them. Now Bootstrap takes care about installing updates, installing software, downloading common files from internet, or anything you can think of. It can do a lot of things. Now we're going to launch our own EC2 instance. So the person, who was that? Because were you able to log in to the account I shared you, the IAM account?
Oh, not tried yet. I'll try. Let me try.
Yeah, please try logging in. I hope others are also logged in, right? Okay. So I'm going to show you how to create EC2 instance in simple terms. Please carefully look into that. Thank you. Now to create EC2 instance, first I have to go to my Amazon console portal and go to the search window and type EC2. Here you can click on the first logo EC2. Click on launch instance, the big yellow button here. I'm going to name my EC2 machine as Rhinos PC. See, first it's asking application and OS image. That says AMI. What is AMI? AMI expands to Amazon machine image. See, normally when you're buying Android phone, right? When you're buying Android phone, in this Android phone, will they give only Android OS or they will be giving you some applications also?
Android along with some applications inbuilt.
Correct. So they will be having inbuilt app, right? So now this, they are not having only operating system. Now Android OS plus some application is equal to AMI. So I hope you can, it's relatable, right? So AMI is nothing but you're going to have a lot of applications also and OS images. So it's not only OS you will be getting. So normally these days, whenever you even buy computers and all, laptops and all, they come as AMI only, which means they come with default softwares. So I want to launch a Windows machine on my Mac laptop. So I'll click on Windows. Scroll down. Here you can choose different variants available as per your wish. Let me use 2016. Let me use the latest one, 2022 core base. Scroll down. Next, instance type. Instance type, it defines what will be the core and the memory of your instance. Here you can see I'm going with T2 micro. T2 micro means one virtual CPU, 1 GB of memory or RAM. Scroll down. Now I can see C580 large, 2 core CPU, 4 GB of RAM. I can even further scroll down and I can see big machines. So here I can see I have something called 192 vCPU, 192 virtual CPU with 384 GB of RAM. Just below that, you can also see the cost. So just for our purpose, I'm going to use free tier. Scroll down. Now key pair login. Now key pair login is nothing but you have to create a key. Nothing but a login credential. Normally, when you want to um, when you are buying a laptop, once you buy the laptop, you create admin account and password, right? But here we are creating a laptop online. So at the time of creation itself, we have to give a username and password. Now here they use a key pair. Click on create key pair. I can give a key pair name. I'll say dummy key because I already have the key. Dummy key 1. Now we have .pem and .ppk file. .pem and .ppk. .ppk, if you're using Windows 10 or below, .pem means Windows 11 and above, or Mac or Linux if you're using .pem. So let me show you. I'll just click on this. I'll create a key called Network Rhinos key. You can give any name, and this will download a file on your local machine on your laptop. See, it's asking me download. So I click on download. Done. So Network Rhinos is the key, the name. Here you can see key pair name. It shows Network Rhinos key. Now scroll down. Network settings. It's asking me to have a firewall security group. As of now, I am allowing all traffic, HTTP traffic, HTTPS traffic also, and I have security group. Or else I can also use new security groups. Let's create new as of now. Scroll down. Here talks about the hard disk. How much SSD you want? I can type here. I want like 30,000, sorry, 300, or I want 2000 GB of hard disk. So by default, 30 GB is free. I'm going to use 30 as of now. Scroll down. That's all. We will not go with advanced settings as of now. We'll do it later on. On the right hand side, you can see summary, number of instances, software images, instance type, firewall security group, storage volume. If you want to launch 2 machines or 3 machines also, even if you want to launch 100 machines at same time, you can do that. But as of now, I'll use only one. And also, Amazon gives you a free EC2 machine for completely 1 year free, which means you will not be charged for 1 year. but you have to use this free tier available, not the chargeable one. Let's click on launch instance. Once you click on launch instance, your instance will be created. As you can see on the screen, it's loading. It will not take more than 2 minutes for you to launch the instances. I can click on instances now. Here I can see Rhinos PC. It says running, all good. Now, how can I log in? To log in, I click on this. I click on connect. Click on RDP client. Here you can see the DNS name. Good. You can see username also, but in password it says get password. So click on get password. Here the key which got downloaded on my laptop, you have to upload here. Click on upload private key. This key, click on open. This will show you a lot of values like hex values. Click on decrypt key. Now you got your DNS name, username and password also. So let's you open my RDP software, remote desktop. I already have my remote desktop on my laptop. You can also download it online. Simply go to Google and type remote desktop. I click on plus symbol, add PC. My host name is here. So I'll paste here. Password, I know the password. I click on add user account. Username is what? Here is a username. Paste it. Here is a password. Copy and paste. Click on add. That's all. I click on add. My PC is added here. Double click on this. This will click on continue. Now this will open my Windows PC running in Amazon Cloud. Now here's my Windows PC. I can go to Windows button and I can even browse internet or do whatever I want. So it's like a regular PC only. Initially, it will take some time to even boot up and show you clearly everything. But after that, it works normally. So that's all, guys. That's how you create EC2 instance. So today we learned about IAM users and how to create a lab on that, and EC2 and a lab on that. Now, if you guys have any question, please ask me now.